switched off until advised by cabin crew. Please remove all devices from charging ports for takeoff and landing. If you drop your electronic device inside your seat, please do not operate the seat controls. Instead, contact the member of the cabin crew for assistance.
completely stop and the seatbelt sign switch off. Please take care when opening overhead storage compartments and ensure that you have all your personal belongings and travel documents with you as you disembark the aircraft. Remember that smoke is not permitted until you are within the designated smoking area.